Hey, welcome to my office. So this is where I get most of my work done during my day-to-day job. So a couple months ago, I started working on a little prototype. It's this hexagon wall planter. So this version is all 3D printed. We've got a little plant and there's a container in the back that holds water and it mounts to the wall. Since I did that prototype, I've been working on trying to productize it. So this is what I've come up with so far. So it's a CNC'd front plate, which I used my DIY CNC. Check out the link above if you want to see the build process for that. And it's all done with this stained birchwood plywood that's been cut out and then plated to it. One of the complicated pieces with this was actually the water container. When I 3D printed it, it wasn't completely waterproof. So I needed to figure out a way to either make the 3D print waterproof or another way to make the container. So we'll go over that in a future video, but in essence, I ended up with a resin copy of the 3D print in order to make a waterproof type container. So today we're going to go over the process of how this gets mounted to the wall. Now, using these templates, they have a built-in level so then they can be placed on the wall. Now this one I had already had placed up, so I'm just going to reuse this one and just kind of place it here. Now when you're doing just one, you can just use the level and attach it there. Otherwise, I've got these provided spacers. So this is a 1/4 inch spacer. And so there's little notches that these just click into. And then another one could be attached on. Click. Now these are just spacers. They're not going to perfectly align, so each one of them does need to be adjusted so then they are aligned to the horizontal. So these can be wall mounted with screws or by the provided command strips. Make sure you take the backing off the command strips and adhere them to the attachment. Once done, these are Velcro, so you can attach 2 more, take the backing off, and then place them into the template. So here are the command strips with the backing removed. So we simply align the template, make sure it is level, stick our wall mount in and firmly press into the wall. And that one's done. And then we can move on to the next one. All right, once your design is up on the wall, you can take all of the templates off. Give them one last final nudge just to make sure they're solidly adhered. Now, starting with the bottom-most one, we're going to place them in and then they will slide on. And just like that, the design is up on the wall. Each of these command strips are designed to hold 4 pounds. Fully water and plant in there, these will weigh roughly 1 pound, so they are well within tolerance to stay on the wall. Now that you know that the design is set, the next step is to put a plant in here and fill some water in. To fill these up, you can either use the provided water spout or a kettle if you have one available with a long spout. To water them with the provided one, you just simply stick it in the hole and then pour in, and it will hold 8 ounces of water. To put a plant in, you have a couple of options. First one is to just take it off the wall, pull the soil lid off, plant it in, and then put the soil lid back on and remount it to the wall. Another option is to pull the actual cup out. You can then take the cup, get it to plant in, and then you can replace it back in when you're ready. All right, now let's talk about the soil cup and how this is actually working. So when you put your plant in here, there's a cotton wick that runs through and it will sit within the water container. So then when your plant is in there, the soil will automatically suck up the water from the bottom. The container is holding 8 ounces of water and will last roughly 3 to 4 weeks depending on the size of the plant. You want to use relatively small plants. They are 2-inch sized cups. However, they can grow quite a ways. The cups are designed with holes around the sides here that allow the roots to expand out. So all of the top section is full of empty air. So that's it. So this is the Maker Loop Hex Planter Mark 1. This will be available soon on the website. If you have any feedback, I would happily accept it. This is still an early iteration. Until then, happy planting. Welcome to my office. I love you. Go lay down.